Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Summer Experience. I'm going to be doing a reading from the 15th to the 30th of June. Best for last, I guess. You guys are the last that I have to do. Thank God. I have done every sign. This is the first time I've actually done every single sign, every single one. I am so tired. All day long. So let's get started. Of course, I have to announce if you want a private reading, you can check the description box below. It will give you my Instant Go and my Instant Go account, and you can call for those of you that have Apple products and don't want to wait the 7 days that a regular standard reading will take. That's the only way to skip past it. But also be mindful with that I'm not always available because I'm doing readings and I'm out here living my life. So I would much rather people went the traditional route, but in case of emergencies and that kind of stuff, I also want to be available. Um, Also, I want to kind of point you guys towards. Those of you that have been following the channel for a while now know that I've been talking about. I had this idea to do a short film. I was meditating and it came out of nowhere. I actually even recorded it and I posted it on the internet. Because I panicked and everything just kind of made sense. So I have decided to take a leap of faith. I'm not going to be doing a feature film. I'm going to be doing a short film. I'm trying to generate enough income to make that happen. So I created a GoFundMe page for those of you. It's a film based off the soulmate experience. That was the message I got, to do a movie based off the soulmate experience, the real karmic, not so pretty aspect of the soulmate experience. So for those of you that care to, if you wish to donate, then please do so. Those of you that can, send me your well wishes and blessings. That this, comes into fruition. I really do believe it's gonna come into fruition, but I want to see how it goes first. So, anyways, that's all the announcements I have. Sorry, there's a train passing by. I hope you guys can hear me well. Those are all the announcements I have. Let's get started. Some experience. Calling in your soulmate. Oh no. Focus. Scorpio 15th to the end of the month, July 15th. I have to put a time frame so that I don't channel random weird energy. July 15th to the 30th. July 15th to the 30th, Scorpio. Forgiving and learning in reverse. Pay attention to the red flags. Forgiving and learning in reverse. Pay attention. And unrequited love. Oof. Wow. Okay. Wow. And then we have engagement as overall energy. Very interesting. Let's see. Let's look into this and let's see what the hell is going on here, because that's a very interesting reading. And also, I've been saying this on my channel the whole day with pretty much every reading I do. If it is not your story, it is simply not your story. Pass me by with that passive aggressive bullshit. Coming on the comments and writing shit. Feeling so entitled because you think the world revolves around your asshole, so you want to down the video because your feelings of butt hurt. Get the fuck out of my page. Get the fuck out of my channel. Nobody gives a shit. I'm sorry to say, but nobody gives a shit. Some of you, I'm sorry to say, but you feel too entitled and you feel like your opinion is way too important. It's not. It's really not. If you can't handle it, then you should leave, please. Okay. Why is this forgiving and learning in reverse? The Chariot, Freedom, the Knight of Pentacles, Capricornian energy, and the Ace of Wands. Interesting. And the Four of Wands here. So I'm feeling like there's a situation here, especially with that engagement card. There's a situation here. You might have been married, or you were in a stable relationship. You were trying to move it forward, or the other person was. It could work vice versa. But I feel like the one person was giving more than the other person one person was giving more than the other person, and it has created some kind of it's like some of you are finally starting to see why your relationship was moving so slowly. And why your relationship was moving so slowly was probably because the person you were dealing with had someone else. Or even if they didn't have someone else, they might have just been using you. Or Scorpio, you could have been just using someone else. You know, others of you, this person was going through something. They were going maybe perhaps something financial, or but with something like this, I feel like you would like with the pay attention to the red flags. It's like someone chose not to see a person for who they were. Because we always want to talk about, oh, this person did this to me, and this person hurt me this way, and this person did, da 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 da. But a lot of times it's because we choose not to see. Because a lot of times people will show you, unless they're a master manipulator, they will show you who they are, and even master manipulators sleep up. You know, others of you might have someone new coming in, and it's an opportunity for you to take things slow, move it, and it's gonna build this relationship that you're starting. Is gonna build. So this is actually a very positive message for those of you that I'm speaking to, in this section of the reading. There is something new coming forth, and there is a potential to build up on it, to make it, help it go the mile, the long run, so to speak. But some of you are moving very cautiously because you're waiting for the person to fuck up. You're waiting for them to mess up. You're waiting for the flaw, to see the flaw within them. And it's because you're holding on to something that happened in the past. And you've not let go of some kind of a scar from the past. And you're needing to let go of that. You're needing to purge that out. So you can bring in, this is the shadow. This is the shadow in action. This is why I always tell people, I say it all the time in my readings. A lot of times, people are so focused on, the best way to get over someone is to get under another. And yes, I do understand that concept. Eight of Swords, funny enough. I stopped there and something told me to look. Eight of Swords, mental prison. Mental prison, this is what I was talking about. And yes, I get that concept to some degree, but my problem here is that, when you're dealing with someone, especially when you put in time and energy, it's not just a strictly sexual need or a strictly sexual void that needs to be, satiated. There are feelings involved, there are emotions involved, there are deep stuff involved. There is deep stuff involved. And part of having those deep stuff or that deep stuff involved is that, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts to feel like you've put in so much time and you put in so much energy and you've given so much and you feel like you don't get anything back in return. You don't feel like you get the respect. You don't feel like you've gotten the adoration, the love, the care, and that's the risk of brushing things under the rug. And I always tell people it's better to take some time off, cry your eyes out, purge out that energy, go to the depth of the energy, really kind of like dig in deep into that feeling as opposed to trying to like get over it, so easily, so quickly. Sometimes, and it's funny that the Capricorn card comes up because I always say that Scorpio and Capricorn to me are the same. Like your energies are very similar. Um, so someone here is self sabotaging because they haven't released. And even though yes, a new dawn is coming in, they're in a mental prison, and they're waiting for something to go wrong. Some of you have already met this person and you've already started this relationship. Others of you are going to be meeting someone, and it's a potential. I'm not going to say you guys are going to get married, even though the cards did come up. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. Thank you. The culmination. You guys saw that card flying out of the deck, right? And then we have the Nine of Swords here, and then earlier we had what? The Eight of Swords. This is what I was just talking about. Purge it out. Purge it out. You can't bury things and bury them, and it's like a hoarder. You can't gather all these different emotions and hold them in, for to whatever, and then not realize what it's doing to you, so to speak. Because there's definitely an energy here of paranoia and fear and resentment because someone has not forgiven and have not seen that past hurt. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Look, your card, Queen of Cups. That's Scorpio. And I always say to me in this deck, this is Scorpio because of the red. You guys remind me a lot of the Capricorn energy. Let it culminate. Others of you are dealing with someone that you have been married to before or you had a stable relationship with before, and you guys are trying to make it work again, but you're just not feeling the same way. But now my question to you is, okay, I understand that, and it's perfectly okay if you're just not feeling the same way. But are you sure you're just not feeling the same way? Or is it because, well, if you're not feeling the same way, you're not. But what I'm trying to say is the reason, are you investigating the reason as to why? Maybe it's because you've not released that hurt. You've not freed yourself of that hurt. That hurt has not culminated, you know? In which case, you have to take it slow and you have to communicate that with your partner and let them know, hey, I need time. I need to take things slow. I need us to take it slow because I'm still paranoid. I still haven't gotten over blah, 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 blah. And you communicate that so you guys can work together to mend whatever that broken aspect of that relationship was, and also to find a reason why that thing came into fruition. That's also a very important part of the healing, because a lot of times we want to focus on the bigger picture. Oh, they cheated on me. Oh, they hurt me. And I'm not saying that is correct. I'm not saying that's right. What I'm saying is, while you're living in the ethers and in Disney world, in the real world, with the rest of us that live in the real world, we know that unfortunate situations happen. And again, it doesn't make it right, but sometimes, and I've shared this before on my channel and people got mad, but I'm going to keep sharing it. Sometimes we also have to look at ourselves and look at the parts that we played. When you're in a union, especially a marriage of some sort, and everything has been going good for how many years, and then the person starts cheating or some kind of behavior comes up, sometimes you have to look at yourself and look at how you played a part. That's not saying you took them to go cheat. That's not saying whatever you did was good enough for them to go cheat. But it's saying that human beings, as imperfect as we are, yes, we fuck up. People are not going to like that message, but it is the truth. Yes, we fuck up sometimes. It does not justify it. I have never cheated a day in my life. Never. I've never had a relationship where I cheated, because I'm the kind of person that if I'm not feeling something, you guys that have been following the channel know me and my mouth. I spit out what I spit out. I have a mouth that just won't shut up. Like so when I'm not feeling something, I am one of those people that I'll most likely just say it. If I'm not there anymore with you, I'll most likely just tell you. And I'm not secretive enough to be like doing all that passive aggressive bullshit. Like I'll just be I think I'll be very direct about how I'm feeling, and I'll express how I'm feeling and I'll express it. People struggle too much with being cordial and all that bullshit. That's bullshit. You know, just say what you're feeling and be honest with yourself, as long as you can sleep with yourself at night. That's how I live my life, and that's how I think. So I'm saying this to say I'm not trying to justify it, but I am saying in the real world, not in a Disney movie, things happen, and sometimes things happen because of what we do. The fact that we ignore ourselves, the fact that we ignore our partners, the fact that we become workaholics and we focus just on work. And in a perfect world, yes, she should just be sitting at home, looking pretty, waiting for it to come down, come back home and lay the dick. Or yeah, he should just be sitting at home, looking handsome, waiting for it to come, like, yeah, but in the real world, that's not how it happens. Just the same way the universe has laws, the human body also has laws, to at least to some degree. And relationship have laws, and intimacy has laws and expectations. All those things come with a certain degree amount of expectation. Now let's go into the chariot. Two of Pentacles, the Death, that's you, Scorpio, and the Wheel of Fortune, the Taurian energy here with the Hierophant. Again, I'm getting that this would have been a marriage. Like this was a union. Even if it wasn't a marriage, maybe you guys had kids together, or you lived together, you had a mortgage, a rent, you shared a business, I don't know, but this was something deep. It wasn't some kind of superficial um thing that happened. And also a lot of you, yes, also with this 12 Pentacles, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, Someone here is still weighing up their options, still one foot in the air. They're not sure if they're willing to really like collaborate. This is not, someone is not collaborating in, it's not putting in as much effort. And again, if you need the time, please say you need the time. If you really can tell yourself and live with the truth of, I just don't want to invest anymore, then that is your truth and you live in that truth. But what's the point of the back and the forth and the unknown business? Like, what's the point of that? Running around in circles. Nobody's happy, nobody's fulfilled, nobody's satisfied. What's the point of it? You know, the wheel of fortune, things might be turning, but the wheel of fortune, and I've been saying it all day, the wheel of fortune is not the wheel of good luck. The wheel of fortune doesn't mean that you will get what you want. The wheel of fortune says that you get according to what you deserve, which means if you put in the energy, you put in the time, you will get according to that. If you don't, you will get according to that. That's the wheel of karma. You reap what you sow. Five of Wands, inner conflict. Two of Wands, stagnation. Scorpio, I feel like you're the one holding this. Yeah, the world. Yeah, a new cycle trying to push through. Things trying to move to the next level. Things trying to escalate. Things trying to move on. Growth trying to happen. But someone here is just holding on to the past and their past hurt for their life. But if you have gotten to the point enough where you can even want to try again, then obviously to some degree, some semblance aspect of healing has happened. You know, if only you can make peace. But if you can't make peace, that is okay. It is okay. But live in that truth. Don't stay in a house and be miserable. You might as well be alone and be miserable. What's the point of being miserable and having someone to lash out your misery on for whatever reason? You know, this is the Seven of Wands together, defensiveness. Five of Wands and the Two of Wands makes the Seven of Wands. And they'll have the Nine of Pentacles here. I really do feel like this person really wants to, but they're feeling rejected. They're feeling dejected. Some of you, again, is a new person that is trying to come in. Maybe a Virgo. We have Venus and Virgo here. We have Cancer there. We have the World and the Wheel of Fortune, which to me will be Taurian energies. We have Capricorn with the Knight of Pentacles. So, I'm just throwing out the signs that I generally feel. But I'm getting it's this energy of unrequited love, unrequited love, unrequited love, unrequited love, unrequited love, unrequited love, unrequited love. Yeah, someone here is feeling dejected, and even if it's a new person, again, I'm going back to that whole thing about someone the past. Others of you is the same person you're dealing with. Some of you is someone from the past, and you're needing to purge that energy out so you can move on into something more victorious. Scorpio. Anyways, that's your reading. I hope it resonates. Um, and this relationship it actually has the potential of going very far if only the work can be done. And again, it could be vice versa. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, please do check the description box for the GoFundMe. And even if you are not ready to donate yet for whatever reason, just check it out. Look at, read the synopsis if you feel like it, and tussle, the idea in your mind a little bit. And of course, if you want a private reading, you can find me down below as well. Right under the GoFundMe is my email, prices, and everything listed, and my instant go as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. I am so tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. Even though it's only like it's 7:22 p.m. So that means I'll probably be up all night then. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I wish you the best in your situation. Have a blessed one. Bye bye.